Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 6 of the Turbocast for the 7th of November. I'm joined, as ever, by Dr. Brownhill. How are you?
Wondrous, thank you, Simon.
I'm fucking tired, so I'm relying on you to bring the energy tonight. I'm on a low ebb.
Well, I'm a pulsating, throbbing mass of energy, so bring it
Okay,
on.
fantastic. Little bit of administration before we get started. Our email address is turbocast@live.co.uk. Please send us questions, feedback and comments. Remember to dig the Turbocast, and if you can work it out, leave us a review on iTunes.
I think you should stop saying that now.
Well, it's the key to everything, so I've got to keep saying it.
Right, okay.
If we've had reports of people experiencing difficulties leaving iTunes reviews, so if you have any experiences with that, positive or otherwise, let us know, and we may actually make a demonstration video and post it on YouTube. So, packed show for you tonight. We're going to kick it off with a bumper edition of Digestion News, subtitled The Doctor Strikes Back. We've got a new feature, the Turbocast Big Question, some news analysed in Bullshit or Not, a peek in the diary from years ago with Dr. Brownhill's day-to-day from years ago. I can see the diary. It is in its a pseudo-religious placement on the wall, I would say.
Well, bit of a tidy up at Turbocast here, and I just thought how disastrous it would be if the diary went amiss. So I thought I'll put it somewhere, where it just, we couldn't miss it and it wouldn't get lost. So
yeah, it's there. Yeah. Then we're going to have a quick look in the turbo sack, and finally Dr. Brownhill is going to play us out with some original music, which can also be enjoyed at youtube.com/goreedy.
Is it possible to put a link on the page to my YouTube channel?
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
Right, I shall do that.
Thank you.
Right, we'll kick it off with Digestion News. I don't really have anything to report other than the fact that after we ate the Inferno pizzas and I went for a shit the next day, I had a very, very hot arsehole, which I think is the first time in my recollection I've had burning on the exit.
I think you're generally in a recovery phase after your New York experience,
yeah.
So you're never going to have very much. But I must admit I am a little surprised about that, about the burning on the way out.
Well, I always thought it was just a bit of an urban legend, when somebody's having a curry, say, "Oh, your arse will be burning tomorrow," like. But I'd never personally experienced it, so I'm either eating the wrong things or I've got a brass ring piece.
I don't think it ever happened to me when I was younger, but I don't know whether that's because your insides work better when you're younger, or because I had anything that was ridiculously hot. Because I think you definitely do tend to eat hotter things as you get older.
Absolutely, because your taste buds die. You need more stimulation.
Yeah.
Because the ancient Romans had lead plumbing, which gradually killed all their taste buds by the time in the 30s. That's why they had to season all their food with festering fish to get any sort of
taste anything.
Yeah, taste any taste at all.
Yeah.
So it was my first ever experience with exit burning.
Yeah.
And I was discussing it with some colleagues in the office, and one of them made a very bold claim that he knew somebody who had experienced anal bleeding after eating a chilli made with Scotch bonnet chili peppers. That's
a nasty one, isn't it? Scotch bonnet. That's the
so I believe,
really nasty one.
I don't know that it could do enough damage to draw blood from your anus.
No.
I was sceptical. Unless there was some pre-existing condition.
Yeah, I'm in incredible pain. Or perhaps something physical that had happened as a result of the incredible pain, some sort of, I don't know, I'm doing it, spasm, or I'm doing something with my hand. I'm not sure what it is, but...
It's very reminiscent of Simon McCorkindale's hand in Manimal.
Manimal, yeah, they're sort of, I remember that well. Yeah, but I don't think anything really hot can make you bleed. But, if you know different...
if there's somebody out there who's had a bleeding anus and isn't bashful about discussing it, either...
Yeah, I mean, that makes me think, obviously, about piles, obviously, always on my mind. you know, if you get like something really hot and nasty coming out your ass, and you've got the farmers, you know, I mean, that's got to be, you know,
a possibility.
Interesting.
So, if you listen to Turbocast 5, I did a bit of a bumper digestion news on my New York experiences, and I think the doctor felt to some extent that I was larging it on his manner, as he's normally the undisputed champion of digestion news, and I don't really have anything much to contribute beyond the burning anus. So the doctor has fought back with some panache, and I will just make a note here that he has little to no short-term memory. So, as things unfolded in the period between Turbocast 5 and tonight, when we're recording Turbocast 6, he did actually send me a couple of emails to document his experiences, which he's now going to read for us.
Yeah, I mean, how long ago did this actually happen to me?
The date will be on the email, I think.
October the 26th?
Yeah, so a couple of weeks ago.
Right. Here we go. Yeah, so I don't really remember this very well, so I'm just going to read the email. I hope that's okay with you. Just thought I would send to you, so we had a record, moderate gut pain and foul-smelling bowel movement after infernal pizza experience. So anyway, the next day I pushed on. For Sunday lunch, I had a selection of Chinese dishes left over from takeaway on Friday night. Curried mushroom, crispy beef, king prawn chop suey, etc.
So let's just be clear here. This is Friday night. This is 2 days old.
Yes.
And where had it been stored in the interim in the fridge?
In the kitchen fridge, I think.
It's just thrown into the kitchen area.
Yeah.
Yeah, please carry on.
And I had a good handful of that grey meat. Infernal pizza meal side order.
Yeah, the grey meat is a serving of... Was it doner meat?
Yes, it was doner meat.
That was ordered as an adjunct to the doctor's Inferno pizza on the Saturday night. So it's what we're actually having is a blend of the leftover takeaways from Friday and Saturday night for Sunday lunch.
So anyway, the grey meat was cold, and I used it to mop up half a tub of garlic sauce. I finished off with 2 slices of extra mature cheese on toast, which incorporated a whole red onion. I live to tell the tale, but my insides still aren't right. Loads of bubbling and squeaking. Waves of moderate pain and discomfort coming and going. Very loose and very smelly.
Absolutely magnificent performance, and staggeringly, that's only the start.
I don't know. I suppose the other one's not so terrible, really. I went to see. I should write this down. I can't. When did I go and see Morrissey? Was it a week ago?
Yeah, last week.
Yeah, last week.
And November did spawn a monster.
Yeah, indeed. What did I have for my lunch that day? I went. But is there some? I didn't realise. Oh, bloody hell! No, I'm talking about something else. There's 3 things.
So there's 4 actually, because there's the rotten steak as well.
Oh God! It's the whole, cancel everything else. Cancel the diary. I'm just going to talk about my insides for an hour.
Yeah, so let's break it down. We have the Morrissey experience. What was that?
Well, yeah, it's when you were saying that was just the start. I was thinking it's not as bad as the first thing, but the thing you were referring to is worse than the first thing. The Morrissey thing was just loads of drink, brown ale, cocktails, all sorts of weird drink.
Why?
I don't know. That's what you go and see Morrissey and you have loads to drink.
No, but I could get that bit. Why the cocktails?
Because I was in a fancy hotel.
All right.
Did I have a cocktail? I can't remember. Deborah, did I have a cocktail? I don't think I did I? I had brown ale.
Yeah.
Lots of other different sorts of drink. And had an Indian meal at a rather nice restaurant. I had quite a hot dish.
Mm.
And when I have an Indian, it gives me gas. And I smell like a dog. It's the only way I can describe it. I have dog farts.
Yeah. And I have 2 dogs, and I would go on the record as saying dog farts are worse than human farts.
Oh, God, yeah. And that's the only way I can describe them. You know, they are like dog farts. They're like normal, sort of cabbagey, you know, sulphurous ones. You know, there's something just
wrong about them.
when I have an Indian, they're just bad. So I was, you know, in the hotel with my special lady friend, and I can only describe the smell as ghastly. Fortunately, well, I was going to say fortunately, it was a very, very large bed that we had, but, you know, that was, you know, it wasn't, it didn't really help, you know. It wouldn't have mattered. The people upstairs and, you know, downstairs probably got some of it. So that was just, you know, copious amounts of really horrible farting. No real pain, you know, for anybody other than myself. No real pain for me.
Yeah.
Pain for everyone else.
And if you're listening, Deborah, I just say sorry on behalf of all men.
Yeah. But I did say when I eat an Indian,
I'm going to fart like
I do dog farts.
Well, you're not culpable. Your cards were on the table.
Yeah. So there you go. So that wasn't, you know, digestion. You know, it's just if I've had an Indian every, you know,
dog farts.
Right. So anyway, I'm going to return to the second email, which I gave the subject "Return of the Jets." So this is the email I sent. Over the last 3 days or so, I've had a very tangible craving for savouries, salty stuff, and lots of it. Been fighting it, but last night I let my guard down and got beaten up bad. Was round Mum's house collecting Matthew. He had his tea there. Dad chucked me several shapes from his plate as he'd been given too much. Sort of potato. That's croquet, I'm thinking, isn't it?
Yeah, it's croquette.
Croquette, yeah. Also got a big chunk of cod in breadcrumbs.
That's not desperately savoury so far. That's bland fare.
Yeah, I mean, that obviously I didn't choose to eat that. It was just,
right.
You know, I'm just, you know, setting the scene. I was given that, you know.
Yeah.
In the scene, I was given that, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I had a normal tea around 6. I was in denial at this stage. Large mixed salad and many loose king prawns that should have been eaten the day before. I always check out the you know, the rotten food counter, you know, things that are going off. And I like to go to the fish counter, and there's like several small parcels of king prawns. So I just
We're just on the turn.
Yeah. After putting Matthew to bed, I hit the kitchen. I snacked on a family bag of pickled onion Monster Munch, whilst frying 4 large eggs in butter. 4 slices of toast smothered in Vitalite, lashings of Tommy, and eaten at a stupid pace. I really wanted a large bowl of ice cream then, smothered in water. I had no ice cream. I drank a couple of pints of milk instead. I watched telly. Just before bed, the craving was back, and I had to have a large block of extra mature cheddar, eaten in combination with handfuls of Tesco brand dry roasted peanuts. More milk, bed. Not sure when I was woken, but I guess it was around 3. I was choking on what I guess was mostly acid. Several jets of it squirted out, which I tried to catch with my duvet. Very painful, with a good degree of panic thrown in. For quite some time after this, the irritation in my throat was forcing me to cough, and every time I did, I got more fiery stomach juice catapulted into my mouth. Don't feel too grand today. A very, very unpleasant experience. And that's the end of the email. It wasn't nice.
No, that is an awesome menu.
Yeah, it's making me feel, you know, ill thinking about it.
I think it's it's bad enough till you get to the terminal block of cheese just before you go to bed.
Yeah, it was extra mature. It was so, and then the dry roasted nuts, and then I was asking for trouble and I got it.
So I think the final episode that we talked about last week was the rotten steak. Can you take us through that?
Yeah, the rotten steak. I went to see Morrissey on Thursday night, and on the Friday I had a very much full English in bed in the hotel in the morning. I wasn't really happy with the bacon, and so I thought, I've got to have some proper bacon after that. So when I got back to Hartlepool, I went to my favourite butcher's, and I got some. I got the back bacon. I thought, while I'm in, I'll get some steaks. So I got like 3 large rump steaks. I think I got some pies as well, steak and pork pies,
just for snacks.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know when I was planning to eat the steaks, but I think I was going to have them on Sunday. I would take them around my sister's, and she'd cook them for Sunday dinner or something. But I can't remember now why that didn't happen, but it didn't. So I thought, I'll have them for my tea on Monday, and I thought, 3 days, a fresh steak,
be all right.
Kept in the fridge,
be all right.
Kept in the fridge, no problem. Anyway, got in from work, got the steaks out. And they were a bit brown, so I thought I'd give them a bit of a sniff, and there was a sort of it was almost a fishy smell. I kept sniffing them, and I thought, no, they're not right. There's they've turned.
There's an element of wrongness there.
Yeah. I thought they're not right, and I thought I'll throw them out. And I thought, it's prime rump steak. I'm looking at it. I'm thinking, it's going to be fantastic. And then I would smell it, and I'd think, no, it's wrong. So I probably deliberated for about an hour. Then I thought, I'll stick it in the oven, and I will cook it for ages.
Yeah,
and it'll be fine
because the heat must kill all bacteria.
Yeah. And once it's crisped up, it'll be all right. So I banged it in the oven. I think I'd bought some Tesco finest onion rings in beer batter.
Yeah.
And so off the rotten food counter, I'd got some organic portobello mushrooms.
All right. Is there ever anybody else shopping at the rotten food counter? Or is it just you?
God, yeah. It's like flies on shit. You got to fight your way in.
Uh-huh.
So I thought, I'm not going to have, because I've got so much steak to eat, and I've got onion rings and mushrooms, I'm not going to have chips. So I stick all this steak and the onion rings and the mushrooms in the oven, cook them for ages. The steak comes out, it looks okay. It's slightly mottled.
Yeah, nobody's panicking.
Yeah. So, I start nibbling on the fat. There's like a nice crispy bit of fat around the edge. And it's nice.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh, yeah.
I've
made the right decision here. Then I sort of bite into one of the mottled bits, the one bit that's a different colour. And I get a very, very bad taste in my mouth. And I'm chewing and I'm thinking, no. I might have swallowed a bit, but I spat the rest out, and I stopped eating. Then
really,
it was wrong taste, and that was the end of that. I just thought,
I've got to say, if you couldn't eat it, it must have been fucking bad.
It was very bad. I really couldn't stop thinking about the horrible taste for a couple of days. It kept coming back to me, and I felt sick. So obviously, I ate all the onion rings and the mushrooms, which were very, very nice. Then I looked at the steaks and I was thinking, do I know anybody with a dog? Because they'd love that. So obviously I felt sick, but I was starving. fortunately, though, I had bacon tray, and all the rancid steak fat. Cooked that up and had that in a sarnie,
And how was that?
Yeah, that was good.
All right.
But, I got the bacon at the same time, which leads me to think that, maybe the steak had been on display for a bit longer than it should have, perhaps.
Well,
Does steak lay for a bit longer than it should have, perhaps?
Well,
Does steak go off quicker than bacon?
Well, I was just going to ask you that very question because I believe in the very top steak restaurants, the steak is aged before they actually cook it.
Oh, yeah, they hang it, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
know.
why doesn't that putrefy?
Well, I'm sure I've had steak from that butcher's before that's lasted 5 days.
Yeah.
So I think he's pushing it a bit on that, and think he could maybe get away with it.
Perhaps he listens to the podcast and realises that you'll eat absolutely fucking anything.
Yeah, but I wasn't happy with that, because I had to chuck a lot of expensive steak out. But I was very, very surprised I wasn't ill in some way after that. But
So,
you got to get lucky every now and again.
I mean, you've come out swinging on digestion news there. I feel like I should stop the car on the way home and eat some dog shit off the pavement or some vomit that a drunk's done just to try and make myself ill after that.
Obviously take a photo of it before you eat whatever it is. you
Yeah.
know. But I'm sure you'll bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have limited opportunities over the next couple of weeks, but I will see what I can do. So, absolutely amazing digestion news update from the doctor there. He's bounced back and he's come back strong. So now we're going to...
Yeah, you don't have to go to New York to make yourself ill. That's what
No.
I say.
No, the rotten food counter at Tesco's will do the job just as well.
Indeed.
So we're going to move into a new segment now, which is the Turbocast Big Question. What we're going to do here is one of the hosts is going to spring a philosophical question on the other. We're not going to prepare it, so it's going to be all ad hoc and improvised. So Dr. Brownell's going to go first. Doctor, what is your big question?
Right, Simon. My big question this time, I occasionally invest in a scratch card, gambling card, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
National lottery type thing. When I'm feeling really upset about my job, and life in general, I tend to get ones that offer a life-changing amount to win, like £1 million or something. They're more expensive, but,
Yeah.
you've got to get one that's can change your
You've
life.
got to invest in your future.
So anyway, I bought my card and I'm scraping all this crud off the front.
Hmm.
And if you get a few of these cards, it makes quite a large pile
Of crud.
of crud, just silver crud. And the big question for me is, where does it all go?
Interesting.
Where does the crud go? I mean, they sell millions of these things every day.
Well, let's
Must be tons of the stuff. Where's it go?
let's think about it a little bit.
Does it? Does it?
I mean, what is it? Is it aluminium?
I've got no idea. It's like silver crud.
I think it's aluminium foil and some sort of plasticizing agent.
Right.
And were that to be the case, I think it would oxidize eventually.
Right. Does that mean disappear?
Yeah.
Right.
But what sort of pile of crud are we getting if you buy 10 scratchies?
Well, I mean, what do you want? Volume, weight? I don't know.
What do you do? Well, what do you do with your crud?
I don't know. Brush it on the carpet. Put it in the bin.
But there's mountains of this stuff.
Well, I mean, there's got to be. There's got to be like tons and tons of it somewhere. Like I said, is it poisonous? Can you eat it?
I wouldn't have thought so. But if
The cat can't be poisonous because kids can get these things, and chew on the card. It must be.
non-toxic.
Yeah, it must be non-toxic.
So I think perhaps a little bit of research into the exact composition of them would pay dividends.
Yeah.
What occurred to me on a similar vein was a car tyre.
Yeah.
When you get it new, it has maybe 10 millimetres of tread. And
Yeah.
tread depth of up to 10 millimetres, might be 8 on some tyres. And when you
Yeah.
get rid of it, when it's the legal minimum's 2 millimeters, isn't it?
Something like that, yeah. It's
So-
on a 10p piece, it's the little knobbly
Little
bit.
pip. So
Yeah.
there's an 8 millimeter thick, which is, fairly substantial thickness of rubber,
Yeah.
right round the length of the tyre, times 4 tyres, times the 30 million cars in Britain that are probably getting new tyres once every 2 years.
Yeah, obviously depending on mileage, but
Yeah, so that's must be literally millions of tons of rubber.
yeah, I think that's quite a...
Where's it all going?
Yeah. Where is it all going? It goes somewhere. I don't know.
I've always been puzzled by that because it must wear off on the road. Yet you don't see like a snowdrift of black rubber in each.
On the Formula One track, they call them marbles, don't they?
Yeah.
Which is big lumps. I don't know whether they come off as big lumps or whether they sort of stick together and turn into lumps.
Well, a racing tyre is much softer, so it sort of peels off in.
Yeah.
And what happens is the rubber goes on motorcycles anyway. The rubber goes towards the edge of the tyre as it wears, collects into a lump, and the lump.
Yeah, but I mean, this sort of...
But a road tyre is much, much harder because obviously it has to last thousands of times longer.
Yeah. Well, we think this, the silver crud off the scratch cards may disappear, but rubber's not disappearing, is it? That's
No.
not going to break down.
So I think we have no answer to this. And the cry from the Turbocast crew is, where is all the friggin' rubber?
Yeah. Where is the rubber?
We
And where is the dead skin?
that's mainly in your Hoover.
Is it?
Well, yeah, if you Hoover it is, and dust.
Right, so the dead skin's in the Hoover.
Yeah, I think we've accounted for the dead skin.
Can I just say that I think Chris Moyles is a twat. I sent him a link to my latest music video, and I'm assuming it's not.
Stickers.
Yeah. Sent me a message saying, he sent me a return email saying, stop spamming me. So, fuck you big fucking fat, fucking hairy, fat bastard. Anyway.
So that one's for you, Chris Moyles. So next segment of the show is Bullshit or Not, where we're going to look at some news stories and see if we think they're true. And before we get into this and the first story, I have to do a Turbocast public service announcement. We at the Turbocast don't discriminate on any religious, ethnic, sexuality, ability, any basis whatsoever.
Unless we want to.
Absolutely. So we particularly recognise that Islam is the religion of peace, so that when we analyse this next story, we would ask our Muslim friends not to hunt us down and kill us. That's all we ask. So, first story in Bullshit or Not. Senior Russian Muslims to meet boy with Quran verses on skin. A 9-month-old boy whose skin reportedly reveals verses from the Quran from time to time. That's immediately the time to time phrase has got my bullshit meter quivering. Will be brought to Moscow's main mosque on Saturday. Council as well as believers in the Moscow Congregational Mosque. The infant's mother told the news agency that verses from Islam's holy book appears on her son's bodies on Mondays and Fridays. Very convenient. Medina Yakubova said the boy's temperature rises to holy book appears on her son's bodies on Mondays and Fridays. Very convenient. Medina Yakubova said the boy's temperature rises to 40 degrees Celsius, which I think would kill him, wouldn't it? And the boy cries and weeps on these days. The inscriptions are seen for 3 days, then disappear little by little. The new verses show up on the baby's body. A representative of the local mosque confirmed the mother's account. However, The head of the Scientific Advisory Department of the Institute of Immunology of the Federal Medical Biological Agency said the verses were probably the result of mechanical or chemical action on the baby's skin. So, what do you say?
Bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think the question here is, where is the bullshit?
I don't know, spread about evenly all over?
I mean, skin. Or does he have some skin condition that makes something appear that looks vaguely like a bit of Arabic writing?
I don't know. I think she's probably doing it. She's probably writing it now. Would be my guess. I don't know. Guess. I don't know. It's just that stupid. I'm finding it hard to drum up any enthusiasm for dissecting it. She's probably doing it herself, and then he has a bath, and then it goes away. And that's.
I found the Monday and Friday timing.
I like. Did you say somebody was on a Mufti council?
Yeah,
that's what I really like about the story.
All right. So I think
Mufti.
We are just branding that bullshit.
Well, look, I found in the inside of the cap of the bottle I'm drinking. Is that some sort of religious thing?
Yeah, I'm going to alert the Mufti Council immediately. Next story: payout over water drinking death. The family of a US woman who drank so much water in a contest run by a radio station that she died has received $16 million in compensation. A California court found Sacramento radio station KD&D FM and its owner liable for the death in January of mother of three Jennifer Strange. She'd taken part in a contest to see who had lost, and a few hours later died of acute water intoxication. In the contest, Hold Your Wee for a Wee, contestants were given 225 millilitre bottles to drink every 15 minutes without going to the toilet. After 8 rounds, the contestants drank half-litre bottles. Ms. Strange is believed to have drunk nearly 2 gallons, brackets 7.5 litres, in the hope of winning the games console for her children. So, I don't doubt that this is somehow true that she drank this water for $16 million. I'm finding 7.5 litres a little bit hard to believe.
Yeah. Obviously, you can die from drinking too much water.
Absolutely,
yeah, we know you can get intoxicated from it. I know that much. I've tried it when times were hard.
Have you?
Yeah. When times were hard.
Have you?
Yeah.
How much did you have to drink?
I don't remember. I passed out. So how much did you drink? Sorry.
The claim is 7.5 litres.
How much is that in pints?
Don't know.
There's 1 3. Can you do the math?
I can do the math. That would make it about 10 pints.
Is it?
No, more. 1 and 3.
I was going to say more. 1 3/4. It's going to be. It's going to be nearly 12 or something.
Yeah, 12.
12. It's going to be nearly 12 or something.
Yeah, 12.
12. About 12 pints.
Call it 12 pints.
Over how long?
Doesn't say. I mean,
I thought it was after. I thought it was the timings thing there. I'm expecting you to do mental gymnastics here.
There is no indication of time, but as it was a radio programme, it can't have been that long.
Right. On pissing contest.
Yeah.
That I actually had with a friend of mine and a friend of the Turbocast, Leach.
Yeah.
I think we did it on 2 occasions when we...
2? The first experience wasn't horrible enough.
We were particularly bored.
Yeah.
And sat in the Park Hotel, obviously. We were particularly bored.
Yeah.
And sat in the Park Hotel, obviously, many years ago. And I'm probably going to get the the exact detail wrong.
Yeah, I'm sure Leach will send us a mail and correct us if we get any of these numbers right.
Yeah, he'll remember exactly, what happened, who won, who, all that stuff. On the first occasion, I think we both had 7 pints
Of beer.
Yeah. Before we had to have a piss. And I think I may have got the 7 pints first.
Yeah.
So I'd have a piss first, but he only matched the amount I drank, before he had to have a piss. So I can't. That may have been dropped. I think on the second time, I believe I had 8 pints, and Leach had 7 pints.
Yeah.
And we both ran to the toilet at the same time, and we both stood at the urinal, pissing copiously and spewing copiously at the same time. So we both stood there, and there was piss coming out, and we both spewing like just jets of beer. And we actually flooded the toilet. We blocked it up. There was that much coming out.
Why did you do it again after the first time?
I don't know. Maybe it's because it was a draw.
All right.
So I think I actually won the second time. But like I
Right.
say, Leach is no. But like I say, we just sort of stood, just beer squirting out of our mouths. So there was just too much liquid going into the urinal, and it started to back up. And the bouncer went in.
So
with
what
a
was
mop.
the level of discomfort before you ran to the toilet?
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. I mean, obviously, and the bouncer went in.
So
with
what
a
was
mop.
the level of discomfort before you ran to the toilet?
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. I mean, obviously, it was an idiotic thing to do. But you just start drinking. Obviously, once you break the seal, you.
Yeah.
I think I managed. It probably won't have been over that. Over too long a time. But I think I got 8 pints down. I don't know what that really tells us about this contest thing. I mean, they're saying this woman from our mind seems unlikely.
Yeah.
It just seems a bit much. I think.
Is water harder?
I think it is. Yeah.
Because the specific gravity of beer is less than that of water.
Yeah.
So you're putting more mass in with 12. You're putting more mass in with 12 pints of water.
I mean, how many pints of blood have you got in your body?
8 and a bit.
8 and a bit.
Yeah.
No. I'm sorry. I mean, I can imagine somebody killing themselves.
I can't
doing it, and I can imagine them paying out a lot of money for it. I can't imagine any radio station would be stupid enough, because it's so obvious it's going to
end in a medical situation.
Yeah, you're going to damage somebody.
So, I mean, the case is now a matter of legal rod. So
Can I just come in there?
Come in, thrust in.
We're saying that we think it's unlikely she could actually do it. Have we touched on some eating, contests, and also some sitting in a car for ages, and it's amazing what people can do. And that was one of the world record eating champions is some skinny female.
Yeah.
And she can eat 5,000 chicken wings in 10 minutes or something. So I don't know. Maybe if I can do 8 pints of beer, and
There is a woman at the far end of the bell curve who can do 12.
Yeah. So,
I think you've talked me round. I think I'm going not bullshit.
Yeah, I'm,
All right.
Yeah.
Last story. This one's called Bulgarian-Russian Road Roulette. Bulgarian prosecutors are investigating a new gambling game.
I thought you were going to say prostitutes there. Sorry, I just had to say that.
In which drivers defy death by speeding through red lights for bets of up to €5,000. Known as Russian road roulette, the driver must jump red lights at busy intersections at high speed and not crash into any of the cars or pedestrians. Onlookers also gamble on the result. Prosecutors launched their investigation after media reported the new game being held on a busy crossroads in Sofia. In June, 2 people died after a motorcyclist crashed into an onlooker at a similar rally on Sofia's Ring Road. Commissioner Vanio Stoevsky, head of the Sofia Road Police, told Reuters, since the deaths in June, police have monitored roads where such races are typically held. Local media report that participants in the Russian road roulette are informed via text messages of the venue for that particular night, depending on the presence of the police.
It sounds entirely feasible to me. I think it's ongoing at the moment in Hartlepool.
See, I had this down as 100% bullshit. I mean, who's going to speed through a red light even for €5,000? I mean, if you've got a car, you're not that desperate. You're going to drive through the red light at high fucking speed for €5,000, well, which is a lot of money in Bulgaria.
No, I dispute that. I'm not sure where you're coming from there. I mean, yeah, sure you would. Yeah. No, I think that's entirely feasible. It sounds,
Almost like a good idea.
Well, I could never condone anything like that. Obviously, being sort of, idolised by so many and looked up to.
Particularly by the youngsters.
Yeah, the youngsters. Keep it safe, kids.
Get the youngsters involved in illegal street racing, but keep them safe.
Strap them in the back,
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
illegal road races I can buy.
Yeah.
But this deliberately, if you crash or not.
No, it just sounds like there's exactly the sort of thing that human beings would do to me. It just sounds so feasible, and you don't need any, you don't have to do anything to set it up. It's all there for you. All you need to do is drive through.
All right. All right. So
no, I'm not saying it is true, but it just sounds
at least feasible.
Oh yeah, so very feasible.
Right. So that gives us 1 bullshit and 2 not bullshit. Branding bullshit is the little kid who makes verses from the Quran appear on his skin.
Yeah, that's silly.
And our opinion on that is in no way intended as any sort of slight on the religion of Islam.
Good God, no.
Absolutely not. So it's now time for everybody's favourite part of the show. Dr. Brownhill's Day to Day from years ago.
I was going to say, are we finished already?
Right, Doctor, is the diary ready?
I'm reaching up for it.
Yes, the diary's now been removed from its plinth.
Right. How do I know? I've got it in my hand. How do I normally open the diary?
One-handed.
All right. That's what I'll do then.
So, please turn to November the 7th, 1977, and tell us what was going on.
Right. I've got a cheesy grin on my face. November the 7th. It is November the 7th, isn't it?
It certainly is, yes.
Right. Here we go. Right. November the 7th, 1977. You will like this, Rutty. You'll appreciate this. The first word, tomorrow.
I'm going to play football.
Tomorrow, it is our 9 and 11 times tables.
This must have been a Sunday, I guess. It was obviously...
Don't know.
I mean, 11's hardly worth bothering. 11's a piece of piss, isn't it?
Yeah, but, oh, shit. I'm going to bring you in here. Something from school.
Lift? That's all it can be.
Well, check this out. Check this out.
Yeah.
Today...
That's all it can be.
Well, check this out. Check this out.
Yeah.
Today my dad gave us lift home. Right, lift home from school. The big news.
Yeah. Obviously, that's why you had to pep it up with news of tomorrow's...
Yeah, it was obviously a slow news day. Right, so moving on to 1978.
Mm-hmm.
Today in geography, I got 9 out of 10. Very good for a map that I drew. Today, my dad was home.
Oh, good job on the map, anyway.
Yeah. Today, my dad was home. That's strange. My monsters have not come yet.
Wank them harder then.
Oh, Simon.
Which monsters?
I don't think I can read the next one. I suppose it had to happen. This is 1970.
12.
Today, I got a porno. Today I got a porno mag off Cakehead. But it did not show any people having sex.
That Cakehead was a twat.
I forgot to hand in my French book.
I think that's probably very related to Cakehead's gift. Your mind was in other places. Oh, who was Cakehead?
He's I don't know, I remember him, some guy. He
Just used to give out porno mags.
Today I got a porno mag off Cakehead, but did it not show any people having sex? You know.
What good is it then?
Well, I didn't even know what sex was then. How would I know?
Well, obviously it was obviously just a porno mag with women doing nothing in it, so whatever they were doing, it certainly wasn't sex, so by a process of elimination.
Oh, God. Oh, God. I need a tissue.
Just like 1979.
Yeah. 1980. Rutter is sleeping at our house.
There you go.
We phone... Oh, dear. Bloody hell, this is a resting day. We phoned McChesney, Penny, and little Jane to ask if they were coming to a fake party.
What people have to remember is that this predates video games to a very large extent, so if left to our own devices, all we could seem to do was phone people up. That was our entertainment.
I think this is a fake party. I am up to Unexplained 4, and I'm getting 5 tomorrow.
What the hell is that?
I think it was a magazine called The Unexplained.
All right.
All about UFOs and spontaneous human combustion.
And again, with nobody having sex in it.
No. I got told off Walters, seriously. Oh, God, I don't think I can take much more. I've still got 1 year to go as well. Bloody hell, 1981, Rutter, first word again.
I'm all over. I'm everywhere you want to be.
Yeah. Rutter and I got up about 12 o'clock and had to rush like shit to get the 2 o'clock bus, which made me forget a load of thing which I wanted to take to Rutter's that I missed the following day. Something their game space shuttle to take off Thursday. That's got to be the best ever. That can you see that bottom line there?
Yeah.
The very bottom line, 1980. Keep hold of it because things will drop out.
All right. I missed the following. It says Daub Rum Their Game 2.0. No idea what that says.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever get that one.
That's lost in the mist of time, is that one. So that I would say that It must have been a Saturday because I think our routine was for many years we would sleep at your house on a Friday night and my house on a Saturday night.
Right.
We used to do a lot of that.
Yeah.
Oh God, that was funny.
Oh dear. So, I'm looking at November the 8th.
Don't
Stop
look
me.
at November the 8th.
Stop me.
Doctor
I'm
book.
closing the book.
The book must be closed.
It's closed. Oh dear. That was sensational.
I wonder what our master plan with the fake party was.
Did we, what were we thinking? God. It gives you, it's given me a lot to think about, really, to be honest.
So, absolutely sensational glimpse into the diary. I mean, I'm absolutely drained.
I've got nothing left.
So we're going to round it off with a quick look in the turbo sack. So we've had a lot of positive feedback about the cooking with the Turbocast video on the Turbo Burger. We've had several questions about that. One of the questions was, whose voice is it who wants the gorgeous black bits to be put on the burger? So I'm not sure if you want to reveal the identity of Dr. Brown Ale's
progeny.
Yeah, but
I don't know. We'll just say Dr. Brown Ale Jr.
Right. So the sterling job operating the camera, but he broke the fourth wall and was so excited by the gorgeous brown bits that he could be heard on film begging for them to be added to the Turbo Burger. So next letter, we've had another communication from Mel, long-time friend of the Turbocast, saying she was slightly disturbed and disappointed by your choice of Halloween costume. But, what can we say, Mel? We love you, baby doll, and keep writing. And
yeah, thanks, Mel. You're very special to us both.
Yeah.
And perhaps one day we'll ring you and invite you to a fake party.
Yeah, we'll probably have to be 12 years old and extremely bored, but you never know your luck. And finally, we've had more than one email asking us to wrap up the whole Inferno saga, because I don't think everybody's listened to all three parts. So I'm going to recollection of it very, very quickly.
I'm supposed to have a menu for the offending eatery.
Yeah, do you want to go and find that while I...
Yeah, you start. I'll run downstairs and get the menu.
All right, so... Dr. Brown Ale is now leaving the studio, so we can fill.
Need the door going.
Yeah, there we go. Be quick. The saga of the Inferno pizza started when Dr. Brown Ale and one of his companions stopped at a late night fast food establishment, and there was some confusion over the order, and one part of the order was the dreaded Inferno pizza. When they got the pizza back to Dr. Brown Ale's Fortress of Solitude and began eating it, it was felt that there was something very wrong with it, and it made them both ill. So I think that was what we talked about in Turbocast 3. Then when we got to Turbocast 4, we had to decide whether those particular Infernos had been sabotaged and adulterated because of the contretemps over the composition of the order. So we ordered more Inferno pizzas, ate them again. They're absolutely horrible, but I didn't get ill. You weren't ill, were you?
No, and I wasn't sure if it was as hot as it was the first time.
So I think we are concluding that...
It was bloody hot.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it was insanely hot.
Yeah. So I think we are concluding that the first bout of Infernos that made Dr. Brown Ale and his friend ill were in fact somehow adulterated.
No, I don't think they were.
No?
No, I think it was just, obviously you're always going to get some variation.
Yeah.
It may have just, it was quite late. They probably just slapped on the...
Heavy-handed with the hot sauce.
Yeah, I don't think it was... I don't think a little bit more of the hot sauce would have made it, doubly as bad, if you see where I'm coming from.
Yeah. So just to put a cap on the whole thing, and then we promise never to speak of it again, Dr. Brownhill is actually going to read the ingredients.
The menu here from the establishment that supplied said Inferno pizzas. It's called Siciliano's. It's an Italian takeaway, and apparently it's under new management. 93A and 93B, York Road, Hartlepool. It was awarded 4 gold stars for very good standards of food hygiene. And in the pizza part of the menu, it comes under hot and spicy. Number 45, Inferno. Tomato, pepperoni, salami, cheese, and hot and spicy sauce, which is, I think, is the nasty bit. It's £5 for a 10-inch, £6.50 for a 12-inch, and £7.50 for a 12-inch deep pan.
I've got to say, I do find it hard to recommend it as a meal.
It's been around for quite a long time. Obviously, it's under new management now. But it is, I would have to say, it's one of the more reliable establishments in Hartlepool, but that's probably not saying that much.
Right. So I think that firmly puts a capstone on the whole Inferno pizza debate, and also finishes off Turbocast 6, another one in the can. I'll remind you all that you can send questions, comments and feedbacks to turbocast@live.co.uk. And Dr. Brownhill's now going to play us out with a song called Starlight. Is there anything you want to tell us about it? There was a young lady. Things didn't really develop the way either of us hoped.
Yeah. No, it's a bit of a strange song, you know. Probably class it as, you know, an album track. Bit unusual. You'd maybe think I'd been taking drugs when I wrote it, but I don't take drugs. Our alcohol's a drug, isn't it? Is it?
Well, yeah. I mean, you can go for the strictly pharmacological stroke chemical definition or the sociological definition. So I think pharmacologically, yes, it's a drug in that it's a mood-altering substance, but it's not a drug in our society.
Right. Yeah, I don't think I'd even had a drink. I don't know, I was just feeling a bit, spaced out. I wasn't even... No, it had nothing to do with young ladies, old ladies, or, you know... So, no, it was just a bit of a weird one, but, you know, quite pleasant. I was hoping that somebody would buy it to go on a kids' television programme or something, you know, or what have you, but... Anyway, it's pleasant enough, and I hope you like it.
All right. Thank you very much, and see you later, folks.
Good night.
When will I get to go home? Said the boy with the starlight in his eyes. Told him he would be safe here home, that he wouldn't see through my lies. Hey ho, and away we go, running so fast with nothing below. Hey ho, and away we go, running to where no one could know. The moon looks funny tonight, said the boy with the sunshine in his eyes. The world spun away up its track and went further as every second died. Hey ho, and away we go, running so far with nothing below. Hey ho, and away we go, running to where no one could know. his eyes. I could ask the same question of you under crimson and charcoal colored skies. Said the boy with them tears in his eyes.